What's up, everyone? Welcome back to episode 3 of Elite Insomniacs podcast. I'm here with Krinthos, Beersy, and Dilwa. What?
Hey, what's going on? Sorry, I just flew in.
I'm glad you made it back to the office in time, dude. I was worried.
Yeah, dude, thank you. Yeah, I was really pressed for time.
Oh man. All right, so how have you guys been the past 2 weeks? What have you guys been up to?
Good, man. Good. Just a couple of side projects. Working on my news reporting, and it's going pretty well.
Cry, you're apparently echoing. Can you mute yourself in
VMX?
No, I deserve to be here twice.
No.
Wow.
I said no.
Wow. All right. Dilly, what have you been doing?
Besides for going back to work, nothing much. Same old shit. Playing same old games. Basically.
Still Tarkov and Fishing Simulator and what else?
Well, Deadside's a new game. Tried that.
We'll get to
Pretty
that.
good. We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that. Beersy, how's your Tarkov life going?
Oh, Tarkov is life. I love it, but I hate it.
Understand that.
I mostly hate it right now, but I love it so much.
Fair. All right, so the big thing these past couple weeks that's looming over everyone and that no one has answers to is Mr. Dr. Disrespect. Mr. Dr.
Where is he?
Where's he gone?
Everything Dr. Disrespect?
Where is he gone? Why did he get banned? What the hell is happening? Right? Like, no one knows. There's obviously a bunch of like allegations and stuff going crazy about, rumors about like different things he could have been banned for, and like no one knows, right? However, the funniest thing that's come from all this is there's a guy who is Dr. Disrespect _, and he's
Dips respect.
Oh, Dr. Dips respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he dresses up just like Doc.
It's exactly what you'd think a thrift store Dr. Disrespect should look like.
Exactly.
His intro video is him bathing in a tub in the Dr. Disrespect uniform.
Jeez.
That is creativity right there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, one that's creative, right? But two, that's just taking control of your like opportunities, right? Like just jumping at them.
Smart marketing.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah.
like wow. Because like I'm pulling up his stats right now on Social Blade, if it'll pull it up.
I'm actually upset. I had it all lined up, and this guy went live like an hour before me. I just
don't believe that. All right,
Yeah,
so
I do.
So yeah, over the past week or two, he's gotten almost 100,000 views.
Good for him.
100,000
Jesus.
views. Yeah.
Okay.
And about 6,000 follows. Like he's killing it. Like just going along with this. Yeah, like it's
tearing it up.
I mean, it's working out apparently, right?
I mean, it's not the worst idea, because like he could always switch back over to his normal branding, which is like what, Max or something. But like once he gets all the followers, once he gets like a community built with the fake Dr. Disrespect branding, then like, he can always switch back over, and like he'll lose some people, right? But like,
I'd say there's no way everybody sticks around for that.
no, but like now he's known, right? So like some people will stick around. So it's a really cool idea. I'm excited to see like what he's gonna do next. But I don't think he can't use the fake branding forever. So we'll see what happens with him.
It's like funding your own Kickstarter off of the expense of someone else.
Right. Right, for sure.
I mean, I think it was Tuskun and I had a little conversation earlier. I mean, it's technically like on the legal side, like of him doing that, like he's technically a parody. So like I don't think he can get sued for using his likeness.
But I don't
know because there's obvious like discrepancies that he's implying, right? Like yes, the likeness is very paralleled, but at the same time, there's enough disparity there that creates that separation.
However,
so he's good.
However, we aren't lawyers, so we can't say 100%. But
well, yeah,
like putting that out
Do
there.
not take this legal advice.
Yeah, this is not legal advice.
But
Don't go copy Dr. Disrespect without talking to an attorney first. We don't actually know what we're talking about. Anyway, moving on. So Ninja, he left Mixer and has been silent ever since his tweet about thanking Mixer for the all the opportunities, blah blah blah, right? And then his wife Jessica posted on Twitter what yesterday?
Yeah,
She says
night.
she
Yesterday.
says you've all been patient. This week will be fun. So the only thing I can think of that's relevant is him announcing his new platform. Right? Like what new platform either he's making or he's joining, right?
Mhm.
And we kind of speculated last podcast about where he could be going or if he's creating his own. So like it's gonna be interesting to see kind of like where that falls and everything. What are you guys thinking? Are you guys still kind of leaning towards
I'm still like skeptical about his own platform thing.
Mhm.
It's definitely like it's possible, but it's gonna be really hard to pull off, like to make it good. But
he has the resources.
But this soon though, that's the thing. Like it's so quick.
It's so quick.
You say he hasn't worked on it already.
well, yeah.
I mean,
but
I know, but
how
like
much
he
did
probably
have
had
left in his contract. You know what I mean? Before it all went to shit.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. It's just
I'm
if it
sure
comes out and he has his own platform, I'm just
that's fair. That's fair. However, I'm sure Mixer or Microsoft had a nice little non-compete in that contract where he couldn't touch
That's
another
true.
platform too. I didn't think about that until today. So it'd be really hard for him to have worked on a platform prior to him leaving Mixer.
Well, I mean, how did they take care of the contract though? You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like how did
Oh, it
they
wasn't-
end the contract?
Oh, just advertise. Here's your buyout. See you later.
Yeah, here's your money. Bye.
Yeah, they bought him out. But
Buyouts like that, there's no like non-competes afterwards because you can't compete with something that doesn't exist
Well,
anymore.
that's what I mean.
Yeah. No,
Doesn't
but like
mean that he couldn't be in the works of building something in the background though.
Well, he couldn't be working on something while he had that contract, though.
right,
He
that's the
could have
thing.
called it
Who's to
something
say
else.
that he was? He could have hired somebody who could have been doing it all
Yeah.
in their name, and then he's just going to run off of that
And
platform.
they switch it over. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a long shot for
Yeah,
sure.
that
but
seems
I
like
mean,
a
No,
lot
it
of legal
is, it
hoops to
is.
go through for that.
It is.
it's an interesting.
I'm just saying.
I mean, it could happen.
I threw a long shot out there, and if it goes through, I'm gonna own
Fucking
that.
Hail Mary.
Absolutely, I'm gonna own that I called that shit like a month in advance, and just there's recordings, people can hear it.
It's just going to be
I've deleted
on
all the
your
recordings.
overlay.
Oh,
Be on the overlay. The guy that called it.
The guy that called it. He's just gonna change his actual entire like gamer tag and everything.
Yeah.
All of his branding. The
Oh,
guy
the
who called
branding.
it.
The guy who called it.
Check me out at twitch.tv/ the guy who called it.
That's actually
You're gonna
fucking
get a bunch of people
hilarious,
asking
to be
for
honest.
lottery numbers.
/the guy who predicted ninja.gg.
Ninja.live.tv.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But-
Well, hey, who knows? Maybe he's got someone else to stream on his platform with Dr. Disrespect now.
Damn.
Wow, dude, too soon.
Okay,
Is it?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said too
I was
soon.
just saying, is it? Yeah.
I'd say besides for Shroud popping up in what Summit's chat, has Shroud been active at all either?
I haven't paid attention.
I
to
don't
be honest.
believe so,
Yeah.
though.
No,
Yeah.
He's
his
been
last
pretty quiet.
tweet was the thank you to the Mixer.
Yeah, we would have 100% seen or heard something somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for goodness sake, we're hearing Ninja's wife saying something, and that's the news we're going off of for this week. If anybody close to Shroud would have said anything, we would have been like, "Ow!"
Yeah, like if B Nans or somebody said something, we would have definitely heard about it. But yeah, so I guess out of the more speculation side and drama side of the gaming industry, we've got a couple new games that have come out. And the first one being Hyperspace. Have you guys had a chance to check this out or watch any gameplay? Or
I Hyperscape, not space.
Space.
I'm dyslexic. It's fine. Hyperscape. Have you guys had time to check this out?
I actually
here and there.
I actually got into the technical testing. It's pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's definitely got an innovative idea of resing. Like when you die, you're not dead, but it's not necessarily that somebody's got to grab your card. Like a lot of the BRs nowadays are going with, like, oh, I could bring you back. You have to go actively find a res point, activate it, and then your team has to res you. There, it's still a resurrection point and stuff, but it's just a different take on it. It's kind of cool.
Like your invisible body has to go sit on this platform or something, right? Like
you have to activate. You can only activate it from like being dead or whatever it is, and they have to res you. You're essentially leveling up your weapons throughout, which you can. You start out with the base one, you run into another gun like yours, you absorb that into your gun, you now have a level 2 gun, so that's kind of cool. You're kind of just improving as the game goes along.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It still has a shrinking zone, the way the pixelation, or at least not pixelation, but the graphics that they use to describe the disappearing zone is actually pretty cool.
It's actually really cool.
It's just like literally dematerializing in front of your face. It's actually really aesthetically, it's very pleasing.
Yeah, like 1 minute this giant tower is there, and then next minute they're like, nope, it's gone.
You're dead. Congratulations.
Yep, just don't go near that.
That actually sounds terrifying.
Yeah,
it
it slowly has like black squares that'll pop up, and then eventually it'll just all go away whenever it starts doing damage to you. But it's really, really cool. However, I think the gameplay is really chaotic. It's like old school arena shooters in a battle royale style.
Oh god, like Quake and fucking Unreal Tournament and shit.
In Titanfall, some of the movements kind of like Titanfall, where just there's a lot of verticality to the movement, right? Where it's not just like running around, like you're actually jumping and like boosting and stuff like that. In a battle royale, so that's kind of weird and adds for a lot of chaos, which is good and bad, right? Because the gameplay is really exciting to watch. However, if they're actually going to move into a competitive side at all, I don't see how spectating wise how that's going to work out. However, I don't know if they're going to go into competitive because they actually have a function where if you're on Twitch, I believe it's only on Twitch, I'm not sure, but every so often the viewers get to vote on 3 different things that could happen, and it's 3 different random things every single time. But say you'll vote on low gravity, infinite ammo, or something else. And so I
haven't played it live yet.
Yeah,
I just kind of played it off stream as just a little side thing.
Right.
But I was checking out some of the streamers, your myths of the world, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you could definitely tell there were things that would just pop up into the the side, and it's like you can pick a low gravity round, you can pick infinite ammo or whatever it is for the next however long. So it definitely has potential to make things a little interesting.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. Because what was the other game that they were doing that with Mixer, and you could kind of control some of the environmental stuff as a viewer? You guys remember?
I have not a clue.
It was like an 8-player battle royale or something. I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head. But yeah, that was an interesting concept. And I don't obviously that game you guys have never heard of it apparently, so it flopped.
There's only a few other BRs I could think of, like Ring of Elysium.
No, it wasn't
Islands of Nine. It wasn't that.
No, it was they were on a snow map. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Moving on.
Yeah, I know. That was a Twitch interactable.
It was Mixer.
It might have been both, but I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's I don't know how well that did, but it's interesting to see how a company like Ubisoft is going to handle that, right? Because they're they're pretty powerful in the gaming space. So we'll see. And then another game that's been out for a couple months, but starting to see a pretty decent player count boost is Deadside. And I think me, Dillwop, and Beersy have all played it over the past few days. We, have already made some people mad on the servers and stuff that we've been playing on.
Oh yeah.
But by just being actually able to shoot them and not like I don't know. But yeah. So what are you guys thoughts on Deadside? Jesus, see, I told you I was going to say Dead Space.
That's a completely different game.
I told you I was going to say Dead Space.
Been out for way longer.
Yeah, way longer. Deadside.
I mean, yeah, I played Dead Space. It was a great game. I played two
after the third one.
Anyway,
yeah, that one plot twist really threw me for a loop.
Deadside, the DayZ style survival game. What are your thoughts on that game?
I like it. I like it.
I enjoy the concept a lot. I still think, I mean, it needs work. I'm giving it a lot of like grace right now, just because of it is alpha or beta, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been out for only so long, and I think it could still be like.
Well, it's been out 3 months. So
yeah,
like
3 months.
Think of where DayZ was in 3 months.
I don't know. I mean, DayZ, like I said last night when we were talking about the game, I still think the DayZ like aiming to me feels better. I mean, not everyone's gonna agree, but like that's one thing I think needs improved. So I think aiming, the lighting in the game, like flashlights are useless, and then sound, like you sound like gunshots you can only hear from like 300 meters away. Like real life, I mean, that's a lot farther than that,
Right.
So you can hear gunshots from almost a mile away, depending on the gun and the terrain you're in. So,
right. No, for sure. I mean, 3 months in, it's got a lot of the same mechanics and feels as like PUBG, built on the same engine, probably using a lot of the same like kind of like pre-built stuff from the Unreal market. Because I think they have like a template for FPS games, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's probably where a lot of the gunplay and stuff like that, kind of why that feels the same, is because they probably used a lot of that for both games. But I mean, other than that, like I think I personally really, really enjoy that game. I love DayZ so much. It's like DayZ or that genre, like the original like Arma 2 mods and Arma 3 mods of that game was like what got me into PC gaming to begin with, right? So that concept is incredible to me. However, DayZ standalone missed the mark so bad, and like it's just boring to me. I know we don't really play on high pop servers or whatever. We kind of only play on our own servers that have like lower pop, but I still think there's nothing to do even with.
The issue with DayZ is that they made it too realistic. So like the whole thing with gear fear in DayZ is fucking huge. It's like, oh look, I just died. Guess what? It's gonna take me several hours sometimes to get the gear that you just had back, especially if you're on a vanilla server, like even on high pop, like unless you get lucky and kill someone else. But
right,
yeah, it's so I think that's the main issue with the game, is like people will quit because they died. That's the main thing.
And there's also like a big difference in a pistol compared to a Mosin on that game, right? Like, and there should be, but not as large of a difference, right? Because like you could still kill someone with a 9mm pistol, period. In real life, you can still do that, right? So like, why in DayZ does it take four or five clips to kill someone with that? Like
a headshot. Yeah, unless you get a headshot.
Yeah. So I think that's an issue. But with Deadside, one, there's AI fighting you, right? So there's always a fight. Almost every single town that you go into, you're fighting someone. Then there's the actual missions, right? Where there's chaos, and it's kind of like a central point for not only AI but players to come and fight.
I was gonna say, is that just clearing out scabs at that point?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the missions are just clearing out scabs.
Yeah, you just clear out scabs, and then there's like a big loot box. However, it's a big giant red dot on the map, so all the players who are in the area normally run to it, right?
Yeah, everybody kind of gravitates that way.
Well, last night we had at least 4 pretty hefty squads that we fought in one of the ones down south. That's the one where we got like 1 million kills, and they kept just running in too, because that's another thing. It's easy to find a shotgun or a pistol or something to kill people with fairly quickly. in that game.
Well,
and shotguns are nutty.
Shotguns are real dumb in that game right now. That's one thing that is actually broken. Is you can have a Mosin or a shotgun, doesn't matter, same distance. It feels like, and you're still gonna kill them. So,
Did you say?
No, I like the fact that you can load in and find a gun within.
Oh yeah.
What I played with you guys one night and we were like 20 minutes apart, I think, something like that.
Mhm.
And within the first 5-7 minutes, I was already ready for a fight anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go to a couple houses.
If I did that, I mean, I'd get bored after an hour of not finding anything.
Well, you would also only have a shovel and a like construction hat in Daisy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're describing basically was H1Z1 survival when that first came out. You could run around for like an hour to an hour and a half, and the best weapon you got is a sharp stick with a rag on the end of it for you to hold. Mm-hmm. That's about it.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we're talking about is DayZ, and just how like.
I mean, DayZ is server dependent nowadays, but I mean, vanilla days, yeah.
Well, I just feel like one, it took them 3 years to get there, and they just missed the mark, man. Like, I don't know. The mods were better.
The biggest thing that I love about DayZ and then Arma 3 Exile that Deadside has is those missions, because it drives fucking PvP or player interaction in general, you know. So like DayZ, there's nothing to bring players together, you know, like, oh look, I'm looting this area and I think I see a guy at the other end of the airfield, but who knows where he's going, you know? I
mean, like, military loot's the only thing that kind of brings anyone together, right? And like on our server, our DayZ server when we play it, the airstrip's the only place we ever find anyone, you know?
Yeah, there's airdrops, but like, I don't know. Yeah. People don't go for them as much, you know?
Yeah, I've seen more people in the past 2 days on Deadside than the past year in DayZ, probably, like legitimately. Unless we're doing an event on DayZ,
and that was only like a 20 players were on that server at the time, or maybe max 30.
I think 30. Yeah.
When we got off at night, there was like only 15, but yeah, I mean the map's pretty small right now, and run extremely fast.
I think like 3.3 is like the longest distance I've seen from point to point.
Yeah.
So it's not terrible.
Plus, I did 3.9 before.
I did notice in playing that there is a whole section to the north half of the map that is just untapped. They don't have any like
it's a
points of interest there.
No, the north side too. There's nothing. There's no like points.
There's literally a whole like almost
peninsula.
Peninsula. Yeah, I was gonna say. I was trying to think of the word. There's like a whole peninsula that doesn't have a point of interest on it. Doesn't have a city. Like nothing. So I definitely think they're going to be throwing something in there for players to explore, which would be cool.
Right. Well, they're supposed to like if you scroll out in the map, you actually see like there's.
Oh yeah, there's a whole
7/8 of the map that's not even touched yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like this, or like not 7/8, maybe like 3/4 of the map, but it's still a huge chunk. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's still very early on for that game. I mean, it's an alpha, right?
Alpha or beta?
Early beta, one of the two.
Yeah.
But it's for sure going to be interesting to see how quickly they developed content and put it out for players, and B, the quality of the content. Right.
Oh yeah, quality is gonna be number one, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, so far they're putting out some sort of update. It looks like pretty much every week, like a 1.1 or 1.2, whatever.
Or the bug fixes and changes and shit like that.
Yeah, or adding
major update once a month, right?
Once a month or once every 2 months or something like that. But yeah, I mean they've already started posting like a this is a UMP with a drum mag. I don't know, some crazy stuff's on their Twitter now. It looks like the back of a UMP with like a light machine gun at the front. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I mean they're constantly posting like new assets they're adding in. New bug fixes. They have a full
G36, by the way.
Yeah.
They have a full roadmap going on too, where you can see like what's coming up in the next big patch. I mean, I think they're doing a lot right.
They're definitely taking the right steps as far as putting the information out there and sticking with what they say.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this game is definitely I don't want to say it's been flying under the radar because I have heard of it. I just never really took the time to check it out until recently.
Same.
Yeah, but seeing the content that they have out now, depending on how long it took for them to get to that point, pretty well put together so far for being early beta, late alpha, you know?
It looks like they just put scopes in on June 11th, or at least 4 scopes on June 11th. So like, I mean, they're putting content in fairly regularly. And I mean, like, that's a game-changing content too. Like, if you're putting scopes in for the first time, that's huge.
I'm just a broke boy in that game right now, and I can't buy those things.
I think, like, I mean, I kind of said this before, like, it's a beta, it's an alpha, whatever. I don't know. What is the actual term that they're calling it right now? Does anyone know?
No.
I'm not sure. No.
I would assume it's a beta because alpha means that the game is still being, like, its main features are being created, where a beta is adding content. So I'm assuming it's beta. But I think it's gonna be one of those games where I play it for a while, you know, and then I'll probably take a long break from it and then come back once they've added a lot of content, you know, type of thing. Kind of, it's basically what I do with Star Citizen nowadays. Is like I'll play it for like a month or like a couple weeks once the like a major patch comes out, and then I'll stop playing again for a couple months. So
the cool thing about this game though, like it's already, so like I stopped playing DayZ because there was no building. There was like 5 guns in the entire game, it felt like, and no cars, nothing, right? This game has almost all of that already in the first 3 months. So I think there's going to be a lot more to do in that game.
And that's an aspect we haven't even explored yet, building.
Yeah.
We haven't even looked into that.
Well, it's mainly because it's super expensive.
Right.
However,
it's a lot of farm.
It doesn't have the DayZ style BS building where you have to put down the little rope and stakes and then put wood in that. And then, like, you know, it doesn't take 4 hours to build like a 4x4. You build it in your inventory, and you just have another item called a wall in your inventory. You just place that down wherever you want it. So I'm super excited to get back to that style of building, because that's Exile, that's like Overpock, that, you know, that kind of stuff. I think it snaps as well. I'm assuming it snaps because everyone's base looks almost perfect. I'm assuming they're snapping. So I mean,
I've seen some natural towers in that game or some unnatural towers in that game. I was just like, oh, wow, that's a really cool thing that they put in the game to explore. Oh, no, crap, that's a player base.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah. They obviously play this game a lot more than I do.
Just fucking hunting sticks.
I'm still rocking
what can I do with 8 rags and 7 nails? Nothing. All right.
Make a flag for your community.
I've got sheet metal too, guys.
Build a skateboard ramp. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, but do you have a saw and a hammer? No. Okay, well, that's a tough titty.
All right. So the question I ask about every single survival game: 1, will this game affect DayZ? Yes or no? Thoughts?
Yeah.
2, will it affect Tarkov?
No.
Not really, no.
No. Tarkov.
This one more so than DayZ would, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, DayZ's going to take the bigger hit of the 2 here.
For sure.
The only reason I don't say Tarkov, because it's just different enough in the sense that there's like a level system and grinding and a quest system. If that comes later on down the road, maybe.
But there's dog tags in this game.
Different.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of Tarkov influencers that are playing Deadside and putting a lot of Deadside content like on their YouTubes and shit, like Cotton for sure. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he's still playing Tarkov. You know what I mean? Deadside's a secondary game for him.
Yeah.
That's what I think, is that it's going to be a secondary game for most people who play Tarkov.
So it's going to replace DayZ as their secondary game, is what you're saying?
Essentially, yeah.
Well, put it this way, a lot of people don't even play DayZ right now to begin with, so
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
If you're looking for just that big enough change of pace from Tarkov, that's Deadside.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Deadside is just zone in, loot and shoot, build a base.
You don't have to worry about gear fear, because in 2 seconds you're fully geared. I mean, don't take in like high-end AKs.
Back and get your body. You don't have to hope for the like 2% chance that you can scab back into the run you were in.
By the way,
that's true.
The AI in this game, they will destroy you.
Yeah, they're pretty brutal.
They hurt. The military ones, at least, those are like raiders. They're brutal.
Yeah, I always think I'm getting shot by a Mosin, and I'm just like, oh, cool, he had a slingshot. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
He threw a rock at my skull.
All right, so I think only 2 of us have been playing Hunt Showdown. Is that the case? Like, Bijji or Cry?
Oh, yeah,
I've never played it.
Okay, you guys are missing out. It's actually a pretty good game. So they just did their drops. Obviously, they were not as powerful and impactful as the Tarkov drops, in the fact that, like, you know, they don't have a Pasteli who can bring 100,000 viewers to a drop stream, right? I think the most I saw was like right under 10K. But I mean, these are streamers who are normally only getting 1,000 or less views, right? So they built up their stream tenfold through these drops. Do you think
the highest I was like 20K? But yeah.
So I mean, what do you think drops in a game like that? How do you think that's going to affect just the game as far as like marketing for it and stuff like that, or the actual like economy in that game, like, and all that? Like, what are your things?
One, economy doesn't fucking matter in that game.
Kind of. Honestly, you're still like there's gonna be less games where you're gonna run into people with pistols right now, for sure, because now they are stacked with high end stuff or money. Where before, like, everyone was sitting around, you know, 10K.
Thing is, no one ever brings only a pistol into that game, though, unless you're broke a specific build,
or unless you're broke.
No, you don't, Brandon. There's a thing called free hunters where you get a gun for free, and then there's also the quick play mode where you can get a fully kitted hunter for free as well if you survive.
Right.
So I've never seen someone come in with only a pistol. I mean, yeah, maybe it eliminates some people from using Winfields only or whatever, but I mean, those guns, if I go take a look at my drops right now, right? I mean, you only get a few guns. I mean, it was mainly other stuff, but let's see. I got a lot of utility. I guess I got a decent amount of guns. I take that back.
I was about to say I got a ton of guns.
Okay, got a decent amount of guns, but I mean, that's what, about 10 raids of guns, maybe 15. I just think that with that game, since the economy, it's not like a global economy at all. It's just your personal what you can afford. I just don't think it's really affected. And I guess it'll help some of the newer players out, but like most of the guns that I got, me looking at them just now, like besides for maybe the shotguns, I don't really use any of those guns. So like the higher tier players, it didn't really matter. The only thing that they got was the legendary stuff, realistically.
Yeah, I think the only guns that I actually have that I would use are the Mosins.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to use a bomb lance or anything like that, you know, like, oh, I got some Dolches too, so never mind. I got 5 of those.
5? What the hell?
Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, I already have a ton in my inventory to begin with, you know, just from normal gameplay. But how do you think? Like,
go ahead.
Outside of economy, then, like, what do you think? How do you think that the drops affect a smaller game in general, or anyone can answer this question? But do you think drops help boost up the presence of a smaller game? And how much?
100%.
It does. I think when it comes to drops, it doesn't promote external hype for the game,
right? More
so internal, right? It either brings people back who played it at one point and are just like, whatever. Oh, I can get free shit to play the game. Oh yeah, I'm in. Sick. And then, you know, like you said, like the Dowop said, he saw one guy with like 20K viewers or something like that. That's like unheard of numbers for that game, realistically.
Mm-hmm. Unless like a Summit randomly plays it one day, right? Like as far as like
but yeah.
So I mean, that's just typically not normal numbers for that game, right? Versus, you know, a Tarkov with your streamers like Pasteli and stuff like that. I didn't get into the game because of drops. I found out about the drops shortly after I started playing Tarkov. But it was a cool thing for me because I got to use a lot of shit for free and stock up some and get through some stuff that I had to do.
Right.
Mhm.
I don't know necessarily the ins and outs of Hunt and how that works, or if the drops help in the same way. But I imagine not having to spend whatever in-game economy there is to buy stuff would help.
Right.
It helps a little bit, but I mean, the thing is, like in Hunt, gear and your characters are like, if you die in that game with a character with a ton of traits, he's gone forever. So
okay.
Yeah, it's more about character fear than gear fear, realistically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
just
losing a
don't
character
ever
would suck.
die.
Right. Yeah, that's the goal here. Just don't die.
Said me, anytime I play a game whatsoever, I'm like, all right, Cry, we're not gonna die today. And then when I die, I'm like, okay, that was a warm-up round. This
That
time,
one didn't count.
Neither does the next
everybody
20.
knows. Everybody knows you get one. Okay.
You have to die in Tarkov, dude. It's incredible.
Yeah, just the
Dude,
survival rate's through the roof.
I haven't died in weeks in Tarkov. It's been great.
Because you haven't played in
You
weeks.
touched it.
Blade.
Yeah, I haven't played in like 3 weeks. I
Going
think.
out on top.
Yep.
You have to go out on top though in order to go out on top. That's the
He
thing.
went out in the middle.
Yeah, he's like,
I went out
level
somewhere.
10, sick. I made it, boys. All right, when's next season?
Wow, guys,
Yeah.
I officially escaped from Tarkov. And I'll see you in 7 months.
Yep. Give me,
I was gonna say though,
give me white. Sorry, go ahead.
Already has it for Giveaway.
back to Hunt Showdown a little bit, and just the idea of like how impactful drops can be, right?
Mhm.
The days leading up, like the 2 weeks leading up to their drops event, they're peaking out on Steam shards at about anywhere from 7,000 to 9,000 players, depending on the day, right? And then once drops were happening, they were peaking from 11 to 13,000. So, I mean, that's 5,000 more players playing every day. Well, like peaking, like concurrent players, I should say, right?
Right.
I mean, but granted, a lot of those are probably just returning players that haven't really played before. Because if you look at like average players, I mean, sure, it'll go up like once these stats are fully updated for the month. But I mean, average players jumped up by like about 1,000 as well.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely helpful. It's just a matter of how helpful it is. I mean, even with the 20,000 viewers, I mean, that's still 20,000 on one channel. I mean, I don't know what the total viewers were at any time, like on Twitch. I could probably look it up, but I mean, I'm sure it helps the game's exposure no matter what. It just really depends, like, on from a marketing standpoint for Crytek or the makers of Hunt Showdown, like how much they have to pay for drops, etc. You know?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Twitch and drops, but
yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you do a drop campaign or anything like that, you got to also put some serious promotion out there for it. I didn't really see a lot. Like, I didn't see anything that was like, "Hey, don't forget this is going on." You know what I mean? Like, even on Twitch, I might have seen like one. And maybe it's just because I don't watch Hunt, and everything's listening to you. But I didn't really hear anything about I knew the drops were going on from you guys saying it, and a couple people in my circle who play it as well, but so I didn't really hear anything about it. I mean, you couldn't not hear about Tarkov drops. Like, you got on Twitch and it was just like, hey, remember this is going on.
Fuck that. You go to the gas station. Yo, bro, drops Tarkov?
Hey, bro, what'd you get at your 2 o'clock drop? Yeah, I got another Mosin. It was cool.
So that was real life with Pokemon Go, by the way. Like, that actually happened in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, you would just walk to a place like, what'd you get over there? And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
leave me alone, dude. Stop creeping on my Pokemon.
I am fine.
Okay, first off, that's between me and my Squirtle, and you're gonna have to mind your own business. Squirtle.
I was looking at the stats for Hunt Showdown, and I looked it up real quick. Like the month, so for the past 30 days, so before the drops happened, there for the category for Hunt Showdown on Twitch.
Where?
Twitch.
Wait, hold on. Is that Ninja's new site?
Oh my god! So
Ninja's new site confirmed.
Swedish Twitch.
Showdown on Twitch peaked at
TWEEETC.
4,700 viewers. Okay, 4,700. That's it, right? Before the most recent, the highest they got with drops, 51,000. That's over 10 times.
Yeah, but what site was that?
Signing off. See you later, guys. Have a good night.
It's on Twitch.
On Twitch.
I tweet you, not the TV.
I'm literally crying right now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I can't fucking.
Oh man.
All right, moving on because you guys are insane. We got a couple more topics here. About to wrap it up, but so Gamescom. Wow,
You all right today, man? What are you gonna call Halo 3 on PC?
You guys need to get it together, okay? I ran here from live on location, okay, interviewing people, and I am speaking as fluently as I possibly can, and you guys are Twitch, Gamescom,
Not the tweet.
Gamescom, dude.
Gamescom has announced that they're going to be online.
How now, brown cow?
How now? I didn't do my warm-ups. That's it. That's the issue. That's the issue. All right.
Quick brown fox jumps over the lazy red dog.
Gamescom has announced that they are going online for their event this year and starting in August, as well as things like PAX has announced it as well. A couple other, gaming festivals and conferences, conventions, blah, 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 whatever you want to call them. Do you think that's going to be the new norm for the foreseeable future now?
I think it's gonna be fucking weird.
It's going to be weird.
Oh, it is going to be weird.
It's going to be weird.
Yes, probably.
So many.
It's definitely going to be weird.
Until people can get the shit figured out and we don't have to worry about, catching a disease, then yeah, this is the future.
Yeah, that's the future for probably the next 6 months to a year at this point. Until there's a vaccine.
Probably even longer, to be honest.
Until a vaccine is out, like Chris said.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and so there's that one thing where you're like, oh, you got it.
So one of the biggest advantages and kind of pieces like just glue that's keeping the gaming community so tight knit has been the ability to go to Gamescom, to go to TwitchCon, to go to PAX, to go to DreamHack, to go to Comic-Con, like all these different places, right? How do you think that's going to affect us as gamers, like in our the friend groups that we have, the emotional support groups that we have, like that we can just see people in person, right? Because right now we're seeing everyone through our cameras, right? Do you think that's going to affect people's mental health and stuff, as far as the gamers go, that have been kind of relying on that physical friendships and stuff? What are your guys' thoughts on that? I know that was kind of a deep question.
Without diving into it, without diving too far into XYZ topics, I think the gaming community's already been hit pretty hard this year by that, right?
Fucking 3 days. Fuck.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week, and but outside of that, if the interaction isn't there, some people really thrive on that. Some people need that, and if it's not there, your mind can do crazy things to you, especially some more than others. And
absolutely,
I think, I think that it's not the end all be all. I think there's definitely ways that it can still happen, but I think for the interim, it's definitely tougher on some than others.
Absolutely. And for anyone out there listening, if you guys are having issues or anything, and you happen to stumble across any of our Discords, or if you want to come to our Twitters, whatever, DM us on Discord, and we'd love to chat with you guys and make sure that you're
open door policy.
Absolutely.
Print those everywhere, man. Come see me.
Yep. So don't feel like you're alone. We got your back. I promise you that. So moving on to a little bit.
I'm no PhD, but I'm super cool. I'm the coolest guy I know.
So
he's also one of the only few people that he knows.
He only knows himself. It's really weird.
Facts are facts. Facts are facts.
So moving on to a lighter topic, Halo 3 on PC, July 14th.
Oh, he got it out. Nice.
I did it, boys.
I'm fucking pumped. Let me tell you.
He took his time with that.
Let me tell you.
That's one that I'm
really
actually happy
excited for it,
about.
dude.
Halo 3, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like-
the one everybody's excited for. Well,
Right.
it's like
Everyone's like,
I don't know.
well, the other ones are
Brandon,
like
what was
whatever.
our generations. Ours was
Oh,
like Halo
DST
2,
boys,
right?
let's go. No, yeah,
No,
Halo.
fuck that.
Yeah, Halo.
Ours was Halo 2. Yeah.
Halo 2 was the shit
But I
back
have
then.
to say that Halo 3 was probably the one that I played the most.
So dual wielding came out the first time in Halo 2, right? I believe. I don't think you could do it in Halo 1.
No, you can't do it in Halo 1. I'm pretty sure it's 2.
So then 2 was the one I played the most.
It was just SMGs though and pistols. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you were running around with 2 needlers, you were a badass, all right?
It's true.
Absolutely.
And then you had the guy running, you had the guy going the run behind the wall going,
Doing the 0.8 damage per hit.
no.
Yep.
Dual needlers are life, dude.
Yep.
Shoddy snipes all day.
It just sounded like you stepped on a porcupine and it started shooting at you.
Dude, they were terrifying.
It was a porcupine
Yeah.
but auto-tuned.
T-Plane's porcupine.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like Halo 3. I'm excited about it. I think Halo was probably the first like competitive shooter I ever played, period.
I feel like it's that way for a lot of people.
I know.
A lot of guys that came up on console for sure.
Mm-hmm. So, because the Xbox, like PlayStation, wasn't shit back then, right? Like you had a PlayStation to play like Metal Gear Solid on, right? And
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
GTA.
Yeah, Gran Turismo. GTA, Final Fantasies, stuff like that.
San Andreas, like fucking.
Was
I
that
think San Andreas was
Exclusively
exclusive. Yeah,
really?
it was.
Yeah, Vice City.
Vice
Vice
City
City,
was on
I
Xbox. I remember that shit though.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it initially?
No, probably not. No, I think.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they.
If you wanted initial
PlayStation had
exclusivity, you went
Rockstar
PlayStation.
fucking rights essentially because it was the
Yeah.
same for like Red Dead and shit originally.
It still is today. PS4 or PlayStation like often gets like early access and shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep. Has anyone played like the Master Chief Collection or anything like that on?
Yeah, a little bit.
I did
It's
not.
fun, but I mean, it got boring quick because I hadn't played. I haven't played since 2 got released for PC. So it was
Gotcha.
just regular Halo and what was the other one? Reach that they had out for PC. I think.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Halo Wars.
Actually, that's actually fun. Don't fucking trash that game.
I've actually
played
never
all of
played it.
7 minutes of
I've
it.
actually never played it. The weird thing is, like, I love games like that. So, like, I should have played it as much as I loved Halo back in the day, but I don't know. I just never played it. I don't know why.
That was old school Fallout for me, kind of the same over the top thing.
Yep. Well, cool.
Speaking of Fallout, man, just gonna throw a little shout out in there. Shout out to our boy Shrug, killing it with his Fallout gameplay over there.
See,
I love
call him Senior New Vegas.
Senior
New Vegas.
But is it actually New Vegas if it came out like 5 years ago?
It's old
It's,
Vegas now.
it's always gonna be
yeah.
New Vegas.
I mean, that's like DLCs and stuff that
New
he's
Vegas,
playing,
so
but
it's still New Vegas technically.
gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, man. If you want a good laugh, you got to go check those VODs out, man. It's always a fun freaking time. It's hilarious.
He's ridiculous. But yeah, so I think we can wrap it up here. And cool topics. Got a lot of cool little conversations in tonight. But so do you guys want to tell everyone where they can find you, starting with Mr. Krinthos?
Krinthos everywhere, guys. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram now even. So come hang out.
Oh shit.
What is it? Tweech?
Twitch.
No,
TV.
Twitch.tv/Krinthos.
Jesus.
No, it's Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Busy.
Ja.
You guys can find me at twitch.tv/Beersy or Instagram, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. It's Beersy.
You can check Beersy out on his face space at
check me out in my, I don't know.
I don't like where that was
I
headed.
don't know.
All right, Dilwop, where can they find you?
I don't know. I mean, just at Dilwop anywhere because I'm original. So, you know. But yeah.
All right. Well, you can find me on MySpace or
Oh God.
what?
His Zenga.
Do not ask to be put in his top 8.
His Zenga.
You will not join my top 8.
seriously.
I'm either Sleepless Elite
It's for Tom and the
TV,
boys.
Sleepless Elite TV, or Sleepless Elite or Sleepless 3 Elite because I'm not original and I have to come up with original ways to spell my name. But anyway, have a good night, guys. Thank you for watching episode 3. Peace.
Bye.
Doodles.